Welcome to the Scramble Podcast. I'm your co-host, Carter Goodwin.
I'm your co-host, Eli Gustafson.
All right, and today we got a lot of movement going on in the disc golf world, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Got a list here,
Oh, yeah.
so we'll just jump right into it. First thing on the list, we noticed on Instagram, Big Germ and Emerson Keith, they both left Innova. Do you want to talk about that? What's going on with that?
Two big players. They've been with Innova for a while. I know Germ has for like 10 years, maybe.
Has it been 10 years?
I don't. Maybe. Shoot, I might have to
Look that up. But I mean, I think I don't know if Innova is going out of business. I don't know what the deal is, but it's just one of those things that a lot of companies, a lot of people are leaving. Also with Prodigy, players left. Isaac and Ezra both left Prodigy.
Not quite.
8 seasons.
8 seasons.
8 seasons for Jeremy Colin.
That's still a lot.
Where do you think he's gonna go?
I'd say Discmania.
Discmania.
I don't see him becoming like a Discraft or
I see him going to Discraft because of Paul Ulibarri. That's what I see.
possibly.
But I think he'll have like less pay than Paul Ulibarri because he's team captain. But I don't even know where Emerson Keith is going to go. I don't see him at Discraft. I don't see him at Discmania. Well, I see him at Discmania, but other than Discmania, I don't see where Emerson Keith is going. And this is January 4th, so I don't know if there's been any updates. I haven't checked today.
I say Prodigy.
But as of January 4th, to my knowledge, Emerson Keith and Big Germ are free agents currently.
I think Big Germ's gonna get he's gonna get snatched quickly. Everybody loves him.
Yeah, he's
He's a great
lovable guy. Met him at
competitor.
Ledgestone. Good dude.
Oh yeah.
But I can't believe he left after 8 years. I don't know what are they not paying him? I know his contract probably expired.
Yeah, that's probably the only.
But what
big
else
reason.
would it be? I mean, why didn't he just get re-signed with Innova? It was one of his big money makers.
Well, they have to do their part. You know, it's a big process. You know.
Gotcha. Also, Isaac Robinson left Prodigy. Let's talk a little bit about Isaac Robinson. Where do you think that Isaac Robinson's going to go?
I don't know, but I'm excited for his new transition. I know he's been with Prodigy for not too long though, but I'm very excited where the disc golf community takes him, and I think he might go to Innova, maybe, but maybe Discmania like Cannon Burr.
Gotcha. You think maybe Isaac will go to Discmania? I see that as a possibility. I also see him going to Discraft with his brother. I see that as a very big
congrats
possibility. And sorry, I'm gonna phantom tax your orange juice here.
Nobody says Phantom Tax card.
I say phantom tax because I'm
But
cool.
yeah,
I'm based.
I was kind of surprised Ezra went to Discraft. I think
That's good.
It's okay. You can just finish it there.
Dude, there's like half a sip left. I got like a drop.
But yeah, they already made him a logo. They already got him his own disc. Like he's all set, man. The new Crystal Buzz,
Dude, the Pirate Peach.
the Peach
Pirate,
yeah.
dude, that is so cool. Did you watch the story on Instagram and YouTube and stuff about it? That's super cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I think he'll make a lot of money there with his brand and everything. I definitely need to get. I wonder when our local shop will get it.
Probably not for a while. It took him a while to get like. They don't even have Paul Macbeth and Barella like collab discs. I think
That's true.
it's gonna be a while till he gets Ezra Robinson discs.
When that does come out, though, because I just don't like paying shipping. I mean, I do want to support the fam. Not that we're related or anything. I was just huge fan. But happy for Ezra, happy for Isaac. Wonder where Isaac's going to go. Also, another person that left Innova, Joel Freeman. This one shocked me. I don't know what this. I mean, I heard it was a good leave when Joel Freeman left. Like, it was a good breakup, if you will, but I don't know where he's going to go. A lot of these players, I have no idea where they're going to go.
Joel Freeman.
Big Germ, Emerson Keith, Joel Freeman left Innova. I mean, those are the big three in Innova. I mean, you got Nate Sexton too, though. I mean, he's one of them, but he stayed there. He's actually team captain.
Definitely a lot. Well, yeah, he's probably the new one because Germ was probably the team captain. But they still have Calvin Heimberg though.
Yeah, they got Calvin Heimberg. That's a good mention. I didn't even think of that. They got once they lose Calvin Heimberg and Nate Sexton, I don't see Innova being like a company anymore. But
really,
I mean, who else? Who else would they have?
They still got FPO.
Yeah, they got Evelina Salonen, and as speaking of FPO and Innova, Emily Weatherman went to Innova.
Oh,
it's rookie of the year for the FPO. Is that right? Are you?
I think so.
Are you eating your cup?
No. But yeah, they have Hannah Blumrose, they have Jennifer Allen, they have
don't they have Owen Scoggins still?
Is Owen on?
Owen Scoggins, I believe.
Jennifer Allen. They have Greg Barsby. They have Philo Barthwaite. They have Garrett Gerthy, Calvin Heimberg, Juliana Kroger.
You don't see a lot of those names, though, in the top 10, though. That's what I'm talking about. Owen Scoggins.
Nate.
You see Calvin Heimberg in the top 10. Sometimes you see
Williams.
Nate Sexton and Bradley Williams. You don't really see Philo anymore, though. Is he MP40? Because he's an older guy, isn't he?
He's still MP. I don't really know.
I don't know.
He's still on the tour. You just don't really see him hold.
Robert Burridge left Lone Star Disc. I haven't heard a lot about Robert Burridge. If I'm being honest, I didn't even know Robert was on Lone Star. And Parker Welk is leaving DGA. That also surprised me. Because I know DGA is tied with Discraft, so they're getting rid of Parker Welk and adding Ezra Robertson, I guess, as a company combined. But I think Parker Welk had a good line of discs at DGA. I never really threw DGA, but I always see him in stores, and kind of like Cole Redallen with all of his discs. So that's the big season movement so far. Just a little bit of an update for that. Let's talk about the new adaptive rules. This is another topic I wanted to get into.
Oh, man. Those are...
So... The adaptive rules, from what I understand in a nutshell, is that the PDGA says the PDGA is committed to providing an open and inclusive environment for all players, regardless of disability. So what I think it is, I think it's open kind of, how do I say this? This is an open area for people with disabilities, kind of like being in a wheelchair or blindness, like. And there's a lot of opportunities for them to play disc golf.
Right.
And I think it's super cool. I think it's awesome that they're allowing disability. And I wonder if they'll have their own league. Not like league, but their own, like, you know how there's MPO, FPO? I wonder if there'll be a disability division.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Because that would be super cool to see, and I would definitely watch that. To that end, tournament directors are authorized to hold PDGA-sanctioned events designed for or with components involving adaptive disc golf, as defined as in Appendix F. Nothing in this Appendix F is intended to replace or otherwise modify the PDGA policy regarding reasonable modifications for exemptions from the PDGA. Rules, regulations, and procedures for modifications not expressed addressly herein. Further, nothing in this Appendix F is intended to create, nor shall it construed to create any right of entitlement for a player in the PDGA sectioned event to participate in adaptive disc golf component or to utilize these rules, all of which shall be on the sole discretion of the tournament director to designate an event or component of an event that's being adaptive disc golf an event or component. So basically what this is saying is, I think what it's saying is a PDGA player that does not have a disability can't use the same rules as a PDGA player with a disability, like being in a wheelchair.
What do you think those
blind.
rules are going to be? Like?
Well, let's read them. So Where an event offers a component for its wholly designed for adaptive disc golf, the following enhancements to the official rules in disc golf of the PDA competition manual for disc golf events apply. Adaptive disc golf means a version of disc golf designed for participants who used a propelled mobility device. A propelled mobility device, so a wheelchair or like one of those electric wheelchairs, is a wheelchair or other self or motor propelled vehicle. Mobility devices which aid in walking but are not propelled by the player or a motor, such as a cane or crutches, are not propelled mobility devices. Wherein an event uses these enhancements, the director must be clear about the applicability of these appendix to the event and all pre-registration material. So the tournament director has to be clear before the tournament starts about the Appendix F. So say a person who is legally blind wants to play in a tournament or a league, the tournament director would have to be clear to everyone that they're going to be using like a sound or like a sound instrument or a stick, or same thing with a wheelchair. And I was reading about it a little bit. They were talking about what I think was for wheelchairs, say they're in a position where they can't get their wheelchair there. They would take a lie 3 meters back from where, so about 10 feet where their lie should be 10 feet back, which I think is super awesome because not a lot of courses are, wheelchair accessible. So now giving that rule, I think there's going to be a lot more room for wheelchair accessible like courses where you think it wouldn't be accessible. What are your thoughts?
I think it's risky. I think it's a risky play by PDGA, honestly. I think it'd be cool, but like, how well is that really going to turn out? You know what I mean?
No, I understand. I understand that there'd be a lot of liability with insurance and stuff with the PDGA.
Right.
But the disc golf is not really a sport where you can really hurt yourself. I mean, I think the most you can really hurt yourself is off the tee pad, and that's by slipping and falling. I think that's about the biggest you could hurt yourself in disc golf, or throwing and hitting your hand on a tree. But I'm pretty sure there's insurance for that, and I think the insurance will have more rules and regulations and such that help with the Disability Act. I'm sure they've got it all figured out, so I don't really see any risk. What I see is the future of disc golf growing as a sport, and I also see that more people are allowed to play disc golf. Not that they're not allowed, but allowed to play in sanctioned events where they have their own special rules and where they could, it gives more, what's the word I'm looking for? It gives more, what is that word I'm looking for? It grows the sport more, like it gives it more popularity. That's the word I was looking for. Gives the sport more popularity. So, divisions and eligibility. To foster peer-level competition where events using these enhancements are also using a divisional system that classifies athletes by impairment, the event must assign each such classification or subset of such classifications to a specific PDGA division or pair of PDGA divisions. Ergo, a given Paralympic sport class or set of sport classes might be assigned to MA2 and FA2, while others might be assigned to FA1 or MA1. So kind of like the Paralympics where they have like the running.
Right.
And it's kind of like that. They'll have their own division. So teeing off. If an adaptive disc golf player uses a propelled mobility device, the wheels or other components of that device which rest on the ground to provide support as well as the space between the wheels are considered supporting points for the purpose of this and every other applicable rule to the official rules of disc golf. A lie. So this is what the lie I was talking about. When the adaptive disc golf players are using a propelled mobility device, the lie will be 2 meters deep instead of 30 centimeters deep. Conditions such as deep mud, unnavigable terrain or steep slopes in which prevent adaptive disc golf players using propelled mobility device from taking a legal stance behind the marker disc are obstacles described in 803.02.b. And I believe they get 3 meters, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's 2 meters. Anyways, you keep going down, and it's all the same rules and stuff. It's just about lies and teeing off are the main things that separate, which I think is good. And I think they should have their own division. And I think a lot of people would be there to watch that and support that. I think that's super cool that the PDGA is doing this. At least this is the first thing that I've seen where they're really trying to grow the sport.
I agree.
All right. What else do we want to talk about? So some of the comments in our last Scramble podcast, they were wondering if we did more course reviews. So I was thinking we do maybe some course reviews from our local course and then maybe some United States courses that we've played. No, I'm being serious. I'll show you the comments.
Let me see.
But what do you here? You think of a course and yeah, turn that down. You think of a course and we will talk about it.
How about there's a local course. They played in Rumble in 2019. The pros and Paul McBeth did and Joel Freeman did. Camden 2. Camden Park.
2. Good course. What about it?
Great course, dude.
I heard it's a top 5 course in our state of Illinois.
Is that Ben Calloway? That'd be hilarious.
That's not. No, that's not. Anyways,
Okay.
Cam 2, I'd say it's top 3 hardest courses in the Quad City area. It's a top
3.
Oh yeah,
I'd
in
say
the Quad City area.
Probably 2, 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Definitely up there.
I would say it's one of the hardest. It's a really good course it's like wooded and hilly. It's a lot like Prospect in that aspect. I think Prospect is wooded and hilly, but it has more open area. Cam 2 is all inside of like a forest, really. I mean, if
there's one
hole 13.
Hole 13 that you throw down a hill.
That one, I like that hole.
And it's still tricky.
But
it's just Cam 2 is designed by who was it? And
Chris Sprague. Chris Sprague designed Cam 2.
Chris Sprague?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, he was the designer of that course. It's a beautiful course. Top 5 in Illinois.
Oh, it's so good.
On UDisc, it's top 5 in Illinois.
Good.
It's a great course.
Amazing.
Beautiful amenities, great tee pads, good signage, all the above, all the fixins. It is a great course.
It's just a mentally challenging
No, and it
course,
is,
man.
especially right now in the triples layout that it's in.
Oh, yeah.
That is ridiculous, dude.
The course, it's never been in this position before.
It is ridiculous.
It's so good.
It's fun, but like you have to
so
kind of play
challenging,
doubles because
man. It's just straight up
to shoot a good score. You have to play doubles. 'cause
technical
it's
shots
just-
the entire time.
Yeah,
it's a course that is supposed to help improve your game.
it's a pro level course. I'd say.
Oh yeah,
I'd say it would be like a disc golf pro tour level course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as hard as like Northwood Black or anything where it's long or anything. There's a few 600 footers. Am I right or wrong about that?
I mean, yeah.
I would say there's a few, but the course in itself, it's like a low DGPT level course.
So fun. Though.
It is fun. It is a really fun course. It's anyone in the area who hasn't or is new to disc golf, I recommend if you want to get better at disc golf, I would recommend playing Camden 2.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there's a video on Jomez from 6 years ago.
2019,
the Rumble. Paul
I'm surprised that made Jomez, by the way, which I thought was cool.
I thought it was
cool.
amazing.
I watched that
seeing
every
our
once in a while.
two hardest courses in the Quad Cities.
Camden 1, you think's as hard as Cam 2?
No. Cam 1, there's a lot more birdieable, a lot more ace runs.
Except for hole 7, dude. On Cam 1, that hole sucks.
Hole 7 is
garbage.
Interesting.
Hole 7 is garbage. I mean, it's not garbage. It's just really hard.
Right.
It's really, you can't. It's for me at least. I can't throw 400 feet in the woods and have it fade left. You can't either. What are you talking about?
I have.
You've never birdied 7.
You want to bet,
dude? I'll put my life savings on it that you've
I will
never
find a
birdied
scorecard that says
shoot.
Anyway,
right.
you have to have a perfect shot on hole 7 right off the drive.
I like hole 6. I think it's birdieable. You have to have 2 good drives and then a putt. I think if you get down the fairway and then you get past the little creek and onto the island,
something that you're comfortable
and
with.
even in the long position, I think you could get it. It's a matter of the first shot off the tee pad is a lot harder than I think the second shot is. The second shot is about getting it over and not pulling it left or right because there's danger left or right. It's a really hard shot, but it's also fun, like because there's a lot of room for the disc to fly, but at the end there isn't. So there's a little bit of chance there too.
Right. But yeah, on that hole 6, cam 1, yeah. It's so weird though. Right now it's a 4 because it's across that creek and elevated, and
It's also a
But-
4 when it's before the creek too.
100 no.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 3.
Is it 3?
It's a 3.
What?
That's what the sign says.
Well,
That's what you just says.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, 100 feet shorter, and it's
100 feet shorter
it's a
and it's
three.
a 3, but that 100 feet doesn't feel like
It's
a
not-
lot. It's a 550.
it's
course.
not possible to birdie. It's not possible to get a 2 on that hole.
Yeah.
They
That's-
did a league there one day, and they said if you get a 2 on hole 6, you get $1,000. And they were actually
like $1,000 cash?
Yeah, they were
Huh.
serious about that.
What about? I'm trying to think here. What's your favorite hole on Camden 2?
Right now?
Right
As
now.
The triples layout?
Yeah.
I'd say probably hole 2.
Hole 2, I would say hole 2. And hole 2 right now is harder than the position in the 2019
Oh,
Jomez
yeah.
video. It's in a harder position
Oh,
than
yeah.
it was when the pros played, just to keep in mind on
It's-
how hard that this course really is.
Yeah, they
They made it harder somehow. So in the 2019 video, that course is right smack dab behind the fingers. Like the hole is right smack dab behind the fingers. Now where it's at, it's about 200 feet left in the woods.
probably more than that.
You think it's like 300 feet in the woods?
I'd say like 250 or something like that.
I think
But
the
it's-
hole number 1 is the same. Hole number 2, it's a little bit harder, but I still love hole number 2. I
It's
really
so
don't like
good.
hole number 1 is like threatening. It's a really scary
Hole one,
hole to
yeah.
start on the course.
You just need a dead
When you go to
straight,
cam 2
stable
and
disc.
you throw a disc, I mean, there's first availables left and right. You got like 5 first availables. And
More, yeah. hell.
what makes that hole crazy on hole 1 is it is just a ridiculous drive. I mean, you have to have like a ridiculous either Anheuser to high, like something overstable and force over Anheuser,
I think you just need like a
or you could get like a stable something.
stable.
Who was it that
fairway
threw a
hyzer.
drone at 20? I think it was Andrew Presnell. I think he threw a drone on that hole, which is like kind of like a Bozo S now. He threw a drone there, and like it was so stable, and he parked it. And the location that it's at now, which I
not-
find ridiculous.
That far.
It's like 330, but it's like
It's just
the woods make it feel farther
oh,
because you
yeah.
can't hit anything.
it's just a straight up.
If you hit a
tunnel shot.
tree, you're at best getting a par. At best, getting a par. If you make it past the little quarry, the like ditch, then you're gonna
the ravine.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you get past that and hit a tree, it's just an upshot and a par. But if you don't get past that, it's almost like another drive, depending on how far you are down the hill.
Hole one's aceable, man. I've almost aced on it.
That it is a cool ace to watch. If
Mm-hmm.
it is aceable, but it's a very threatening hole to start
Oh,
a
yeah.
course. Hole 2 in the old position where it was on Jomez, that was my favorite. You take a buzz or even a putter and just throw it over the fingers
I'd
and
take
park
a
it.
Luna, go straight at it.
I'd go Luna or buzz and just straight at it. It's pretty simple. Or even a zone forehand Anheuser, something like that to just let it come back.
This new position,
The new
I think
position-
I like it more better.
The new
more
position,
better.
I don't even go for the hole. I go to where the old position was. That's
Yeah.
my layup, and then I go straight towards the hole,
It's-
which is the common play. But you'll see some players
It's
like,
dissected into like landing zones.
yeah, and that's what makes this course challenging. Is a lot of the holes are dissected into landing zones.
yeah.
and I'm not good enough for landing zones.
It's-
I just try to go for the hole every shot, which I've noticed in my
It's
game.
definitely
But-
a course to help you improve your game.
Yep. Learn a lot about landing zones. Hole 4 is also daunting. It always has been, especially in the position it's in now, where
The
it's
hardest
behind the
hole on the
stairs.
course.
I heard, and this could be a rumor. I think Gannon Burr was over here once, and he just threw it over all the trees and everything, and got a 3 on that hole.
No way.
I could be wrong. That could be a lie, but
Like on his
I've heard that before.
Second shot?
Oh no! First shot over the trees, like right before the stairs. Second shot, he laid it up, and third shot, he putted it in
That's just
For
not
an eagle.
possible. That's just
for
not.
an eagle. I have heard. I could be completely wrong, but I've heard a rumor about that while playing Cam 2, and I didn't believe it. I mean that is a ridiculous shot.
false.
That is a ridiculous shot. I don't know how I don't know.
I'm going to have to go there and check this
See
line
if it's
out.
possible.
This line
Yeah.
out. There's no way.
So what else is there on Cam 2? Let's talk about 13. 13 is either a backhand force over Anheuser that just keeps turning and turning and turning, and then an upshot, and it's hard to get a 2 there.
I like the roller option.
The downhill roller?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Dude, I did it during Rumble once.
And how'd you play during the Rumble?
I almost eagled it.
Did you?
Yeah. I rolled right down the gap, right at the bottom of the hill, where like it just elevates slowly. Missed the putt for eagle, but then made the putt for for birdie.
What hole was it at Cam 2 that was ridiculously easy? Like, I think they got the par wrong on it.
Number 17.
No, was it 8? Where it was like a par 4 and like 2 or 3 people eagled it. I was one of them.
No, it's 17.
Or 17. I don't know.
17,
but it was.
it's like 300 something, and they called it a 4.
Oh, okay. Was it 17? I eagled that hole.
I also eagled that hole. I almost did it twice. But
I didn't play Cam 2 twice. I only played it once, and in my division, only 2 or 3 people eagled it. And I was happy to be one of them. I thought that was super cool.
That was like one of the only shots I shot under par.
Yeah. I mean, Cam 2 kind of kicked my butt. Actually, what did you shoot at Cam 2 when you played?
Well, I played there twice. The first round I shot like 4 over,
Okay.
and then it was like
Like, what was your best round at Cam 2?
7.
Well, 4 and 7.
Yeah.
The round I played at Cam 2, I don't know if the positions were changed for MA3, but I played and shot a +3. So nothing to like hang my head about, but nothing to be like, yeah, shot +3 Cam 2. It's a hard course. It really is, but it's so fun. It's a fun course to play.
Oh yeah.
Should we review one more hole, or should we wait for the next episode?
One more hole.
Not one more hole, one more course.
We can do a course. You pick a course.
Let's talk about Longview.
Like Longview. I definitely like it a lot better in the they just redesigned
They redid
it.
the entire course. They redesigned it. It used to be a really crappy course,
was just-
and now
yeah.
it's beautiful.
It's
I
so
mean,
much
I think
better.
they're getting tee pads this year, so we've been using like dirt patches, which is fine.
Should in the spring get
Get tee pads, which is great.
It's so much better. So many more. Like every hole is aceable except for hole 18, which is a par 4. And
That hole's fun too.
yeah,
That's a Camden 2. That's like an average Camden 2 hole.
that hole is
Little 18.
it's so tricky though.
You got a very narrow drive to get through,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you got like a crazy big upshot, and then a putt for birdie.
Mm-hmm.
But I just play crazy drive, probably hit a tree, regular drive, a regular upshot, tap in for 4. That's how I don't think I've ever birdied hole.
And I'm
18
fine with the
there.
4 on that hole.
Well, hole 1 is fun. You get like to view the entire city because it's on top of a hill.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful. You get
Hole
to see
1,
Davenport and Bettendorf.
And hole 10. Hole 10 is very beautiful, especially like
Yeah.
in the winter in Davenport. They have like this light show going on.
Oh,
you
do
know?
they?
Yeah, you know, like where you pull up and you switch it to this radio channel and like the lights dance to the music. They had it going on. And
Oh,
we
like
played,
like when you go to the houses. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking
but
about.
it was at a park, and me and Alex Anderson and a few other people were doing a glow around there during the winter. And it was just nighttime. You could just see the Christmas lights and the lights dancing off. It
Yeah,
was
no, that's
awesome,
super
man.
cool.
It's such a very scenic course. It's very beautiful.
Gotcha. What I like, hole 2 is fun. Hole 2 is fun. It really stumps a lot of people.
Hole 2.
Because
Hole
everyone
2,
throws a
oh.
mid-range thinking they can get it there, but it's kind of elevated. So I take a fairway driver. I've never reached it with a mid-range. I've never reached it with a mid-range. I take like an Undertaker, and I throw it up there. If you could even consider that a fairway. Is that a fairway?
it
Undertaker, it's a 9-speed, or is that a control
fairway.
driver?
That's a fairway
Okay.
driver.
Because I didn't know if it was 9 or 10 that switches it to distance drivers. But anyways,
I can get there with a buzz. I can
I can't. I'm man enough to admit that I cannot reach that with a buzz.
turn a buzz a little bit, make it go straight. Nice little glide.
I haven't seen you get there with a buzz.
We got to do it right now.
Must have been in your dreams or something.
Right after this. I'll do this right now.
Dude, we should play Longview today. That would be fun.
Today? It's snowy, man.
Is it snowing or is it
It's snowy.
Oh.
We can try.
Yeah, we need to get a winter disc
Make a
golf
video.
round in. We need to add some content. But Longview is a fun course. I rate that
yeah.
course a 8 out of 10 so far. Add tee pads, make it a 9
It's a
out
very
of 10.
good beginner course.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's a good starting course. I'd say if you're new to disc golf and you like this is your first round, I would probably play Longview. Longview is a good starting course.
Longview or like
Longview or Butterworth?
Hampton.
Butterworth is a 9-hole.
Butterworth is tricky though.
It's tricky, but there's a lot of birdie.
They have that pond.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way to teach you how to throw over water.
Isn't there? There's like another 9-hole course around, isn't there?
I think it's just Butterworth. I think Butterworth is the only 9 course that we have.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's about all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, and we will come out with another episode very soon. Eli, any last words?
No, just keep playing, man.
All right, keep on throwing. Don't throw OB. We will see you later. Goodbye.